Welcome to Solo Strong and Successful with Deja Day. Whether you're navigating the journey solo or seeking a path to personal success, this is your go-to space for inspiration, growth, and unshakable confidence.
Check the mirror, see the reflection. Ain't nobody quite like me, see I'm perfection. Unique vibe, can't duplicate. Swag is so cool, every day I celebrate.
Hi everyone, my name is Deja. I'm your host of Solo Strong and Successful. I am here with your name. I'm Shay, owner of Dirty Hippie. It is a beauty, wellness, and lifestyle collective. And before we get into the tea, I'm going to set the mood. There we go. You're so cute. There we go. So before we get into everything, I just kind of want to get into your background. I had a few questions for you. By the way, I know Shay from going to MACC. We did the aesthetic program together. We worked together. We've done a ton of private events together. So she's wonderful. Thank you. Say, ignore my nerdiness. I absolutely love Deja. Thank you. How did you discover your passion for Dirty Hippie? It started in our aromatherapy class with Teresa. I don't know if you remember her doing the passing around, and she was like, Shay, what does patchouli remind you of? And I was like, a dirty hippie. And she busted out laughing. She was like, oh my God, my ex-husband was a dirty hippie and wore patchouli. So I was like, okay, I like this. I just remember writing it down, which I'm really big on, to just manifestation has worked for me pen to paper. Yeah. And so the point where I've written down multiple options, I circle one in clouds or put a heart, and that's the one I end up achieving. So aesthetics came out of nowhere, and it just worked out. What is your whole inspiration behind your skincare products that you create, and then also your body treatments and your facial? Because she does everything. Yes. So I'm a jack of all trades. I would say the earliest memory I have of beauty was I used to be a modeling at school. There was something called John Casablanca back in the day, and we had to make our own skincare and like facial masks for class once, and I fell in love with it. And we used like egg whites, yogurt, natural foods, and you just find in the fridge. And then fast forward to college, being a broke college girl, I had a kid, but just trying to make it work with my roommate, and one night we made some like green tea sugar scrubs for our face, and as simple as it was, because green tea is good for antioxidant and everything. Yes, and sugar is an exfoliant, but it was just being with my girlfriend, but it stuck with me. So like I just would do little things like a coffee scrub once a week, which is also really good for antioxidants, stuff like that. So to fast forward and end up in aesthetic school and doing the aromatherapy and all of that, it just matched with my personality, I think. And like having the clients and client services too was like, oh my God, my touch still works from when I was doing hair. Like that was always my thing with people. How like the energy I bring to them, and then the touch aspect of like, I just feel so healed with you, Shay. I don't know why you never went into college aesthetic. I wanted to, but when we were talking about it, I think I was just overwhelmed. It has stuck with me. Like the girl I referred you to, my sister wife from my baby. She ended up getting diagnosed with cancer, and her being a Black woman, she's a death doula. So she's like this beautiful soul. Watching her lose her hair and all that, I was like, well, they just perfect. But I think we would have done that perfectly together too. So it's still a thought, but I like the hands-on touch more than being able to like heart handle cancer patients and stuff like that. That's what I'm like, I don't know. I think it would be perfect for that though. Thank you. Just based off the background and energy and stuff that, you base your business around. It would be very perfect for you. Thank you. You should look into. So after graduating from aesthetic school, you went on to work for other spas. Yes. And now you have your own suite. Do you feel like that is something that is essential for estheticians running out of school? Yeah. Because I wouldn't know. I just jumped off the notion. Yes. Like, what I don't know if I could have done what you did. I think that actually, if I remember correctly, when we started study school, I knew I did not want to own business. Because at that time, being a mom of two little ones and then eventually a third, it was just too much on my plate. And I don't like managing crybabies either. So I was like, I just had to come to a point where I'm like, no, I love when people learn from me. I love when people ask questions. I really love helping people.
So to have my personality as well, where I'm very free in my service room, I want to just be myself with my client. And you already know how I end up. I'm like, I needed to become a business owner for me to be able to do, I think, what I wanted to do happily.
Okay.
If that makes sense, like authentically, where I was doing the 9-to-5 esthetician, where it's back-to-back clients, you only get 5 minutes to change your table over. And then I had a private suite in the 3rd ward where my clients got to sit with me for 50 minutes just to talk, and then I would do stuff with them. So I think working at other people's places helps you step out of your comfort zone because you have to do it someone else's way. And it's easier to just kind of mold yourself. But I'm not a moldable person. So it's just, baby, if I need it, I don't even know. They just so brave with me, you know? At anyway, but I know it's like, they tried it. I'm a boss, but I also I'm like, no, if you want me to be my best me, I need to be myself. And I can't wear scrubs.
I mean, because it was a whole trouble. Like Shay.
And I think just, if it weren't for you and working here versus behind a desk or wherever else I've worked, like, I had to be accountable. I had to be time accountable. I learned time management. Also learned how to like check my shit at the door, which was a really big thing for me, which is why I've gone through so many places, because if I had a bad day before and I have to work like a 5 to 9, don't talk to me. I need to eat or I gotta go.
I honestly feel like being solo is best for you because it's not moldable. I'm not going to say you're not moldable because you definitely are. It's because you have a strong personality and you have a hard time adjusting to other people's rules.
That's ADHD. And I definitely
a difference.
I think also trying to like do things in a way where I can be coherent and do my whole day having ADHD. I know that sounds so silly, but I'm a mom of 3. And at the time I met Deja, I was in school and I was working from home. I'm panicking about COVID. And she's like, girl, you need to hurry up and come work for me. And I was like, I can't, I'm not ready yet. And I want to give you my all. So in other people's jobs, by the time I got to you, we had already made somewhat of a camaraderie. But when I was working for other people, you get the 3 months of, oh man, this is the best place to be. I love you. You're a great employee. But you need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G and hope for a raise and hope that you make the 90 days. And I don't know, this aesthetics industry is weird.
It's very weird.
It's mean girly when you exceed at things, and it's weird. And
you worked at one of the top spas in Milwaukee.
I've worked all over.
Yeah, so like one of the more notable spas in Milwaukee. You said that owner getting
why? I was like, I'm willing because I think I'm out of my like statutes of limitations when it comes to conflict of interest.
I still wouldn't do it, but
what I do want to say is I have had to deal with not being a moldable employee. Like I will do the job and I'll exceed at it. But what you're not going to do is take advantage of my kindness or like, I know you need this job, so you need to do this or you're going to get fired. I think that happens no matter where you work in the aesthetics industry. I have become so unmoldable. I'm going to try to keep using that word.
I don't want to say that, Shay. I just feel like you had to let me be. I let you be you because I understand that's the space you needed.
And I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I was a terrible ST, if I was...
We're not that ST at all, by far. I'm not going to say that. I just feel like you needed your own space to do your own thing because as a boss and also as a friend, it becomes a little harder because of the approach and things that needs to be said that go unsaid. Because, you know, we've had our time or whatever, but, you know, we screwed it over because it's kind of like, if you want to do things your way, you got to go out and get your own space based on how you want to do it.
And that's not to interrupt you, but that was what set you apart. And that's why I kept coming back because you were so willing to give me grace when I needed it, because I really needed it at that time in my own personal life. I really needed you to be
right.
And most employees do not care. But it's like you saw yourself in me, and
because your potential is like fire.
Yes,
But I'm like,
once you checking the stuff at the door.
Yeah. Once you get the business part of everything down, I feel like you're going to flourish. Thank you. Because you have a passion for it. And I don't want like upcoming aesthetics professions taking this wrong. Yes, it's a passion, but it's also a business. And we have to make sure we understand that. Like, yes, I love what I do, but I also want to get paid for what I do because it's a service. I'm helping people. So don't get caught up in trying to do everything all at once.
That's where I feel like it always comes across wrong, because I was lucky enough to fall and fail, step out of aesthetics, work for other people in different stations. I've been a lash artist, I've done waxing, I've done all of that stuff.
And body treatment.
Reiki. I do Reiki, I do tarot, I dig into crystals. I'm very much like, I want every person to come in here to feel so special. And that's why I think my target audience is women. And then I do the age brackets because we are women.
Right.
There's a girl who looks just like us, our age, with kids, with her guy, leaving her guy. Like I said, that's why I was like, I needed you. You were placed into my life at the perfect time. Out of everybody we were in class with, we didn't talk the entire time until I could see you. Like, I felt your energy.
Right.
And I spoke up. So it's just, I think that how I was going in life was definitely dictating and affecting how I was as an esthetician in the beginning of my career.
Right.
You know, like, I just wanted to move around because I didn't have that at home. And if I wasn't happy, I was out. If I had to leave my kids and I wasn't happy, I'm gone. It doesn't matter how much money I make, but that's not the way to do it because it affects everything
and everybody. I kind of operate from a sense of, I don't care what's going on in my day. It's my business. I'm going to still show up no matter, what clients I have or what's going on. I've literally stood over clients and silently cried, and they didn't even know because I wasn't born knowing.
I was a Gemini and I was Sagittarius. I'm like, oh my God.
I wouldn't give them the energy, because I just felt like, I'm not going to say I check my at the door. I don't bring my nowhere. Like, I take my home in my bed, I take my home in my shower, and I cry. And then I step out the shower, and I'm like, back to business. Like, I don't think about a stopping point, and I'm glad you had that because it allowed you to develop your mental health.
Yes.
Like, I didn't have that. So I'm like, anxiety, like constantly going non-stopping. Is my business gonna fail? Because I'm paying me.
Yeah.
I'm creating jobs. I gotta make sure people are flowing through here. I gotta make sure I got loans, I got rent, I got, all type of bills running through this spot. And I'm like, I don't have the time to have a mental health break.
I had to. First of all, you saw me.
Yeah.
I was only crying here. I was only crying at school. Everywhere else, nobody else knew anything was bad.
Right.
But it was with the people I felt the most comfortable with. Yeah. And then being an esthetician and seeing so many different women that are older and like they've gone through exactly what I'm going through. I believe that we are sent every client for a reason. Almost every client. But like almost every client.
Maybe almost.
I've had so many women though say exactly the thing that I was thinking in my own personal life about their life. And it gave me a chance to be like, oh my God, I'm a little bit of a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can help people, but I was holding it in. And when it came down to work, I would cry a little bit like, okay, everything's fine, until it wasn't. And not to get super personal, but like February this year, I fainted completely out of exhaustion, like overexhaustion, dehydration. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I've made it out. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have taken a break.
Right.
I just started at that med spa in the Commonwealth. Super easy peasy esthetician job. I did front desk, and then all I did was hydrofacials.
That's it.
That was it. And chilling. So I was like, okay, this is cool for me at that point. I wasn't thinking about dirty hippie as much, but home life was really starting to bother me. And it was like, okay, I'm trying to start a new career, let alone think about my own business. And my partners were not here. And checking your stuff at the door, your person is not here is so important. Like, yes, I am me and I like being free and stuff like that, but I lost out on opportunities that I'm sure I'd be thriving in right now.
Right.
I wouldn't open up my own.
And that's true. I feel like learning to shut it off and shut it off. I mean, having a therapist is something that I've gotten into the last few years or whatever, which has been an astonishing impact on my business, my person, and like things I go to, because it allowed me to refocus, reinvent. And that's how the whole renovation about this came about, because I need to feel something different. You know, I need to reinvent my brand myself, because when I came in, I was on somebody else's brand. I was working behind somebody else's concept. And I'm like, that's not me. Like, I'm very sassy. I'm all outspoken girl. I'm like, I need my brand to represent the room that my clients are stepping in.
Yeah.
And I feel like my clients are me. Like, all my clients are bossy chicks. They are chicks who run businesses, who are like top executives. And I'm like, I'm glad I refocused my brand and gave them what I am and what I would continue to be, because I'm like, I want to go for a franchise. It's all for real. It's like
that I understand. It can.
Yeah.
You taught me a lot about the business side. I've been in the beauty industry as far as work since I was 18. When it comes to clients and stuff, I was already comfortable. You saw me at school, and just being a spa manager was nice because it wasn't all of the responsibility, but like it taught me time management, accountability, how to network, be yourself, and realize that your clients are a mirror of you. Your business is a mirror of you. And when I started Dirty Hippie, I was not my brand at all, what I want for other women to feel. So I'm really glad you said that, especially about therapy, because it's important. Therapy changed my outlook at Dirty Hippie. I took a break because everything about my brand includes energy, personal energy. And I was like, I cannot bring this
energy over
to other people,
because my bills
it's gonna fit. It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail.
Will definitely feel that, because if you aren't comfortable in your facial, you are gonna transfer that energy in your penis, and your clients are gonna be like, "Girl, get off of me." So that is a big thing to me, making sure your mental is together.
I wish we had more like SD networking for stuff like that, like retreats for estheticians. We don't get touch and we give touch, and
All the time.
such a hippie thing to say, but that energy transfer is real. And when you don't know how to dissipate it, girl, it will catch up to you.
I'm real fast. Don't I know? Girl, I've touched
Done so beautifully though.
I have, and I'm proud of myself. You know, I've come to a point where I'm like, dang, I don't feel like I've done enough. People are like, what are you talking about?
Let go.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I got to do more. I don't feel like I, did this goal. I finished that goal. People like, I've never seen an esthetician come straight out of the school, have their own business, and be thriving. You're by yourself. Nobody taught you that. And I'm like, I'm happy about that, because I need my flowers.
Yeah.
Because I don't give them to myself.
That's why I'm
hard on myself.
I think you needed me for that part.
I
think that is why we met at school the way we did, because I was in the front pod and you were all the way in the back. Right. You would come in from work, so we never talked, but it was just, I could see that your shoulders were just a little bit heavy. Like, you wear your crown every day, no matter how your day looks. And I was like, oh my God, I was terrified of you. I was like, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, my favorite girls, I'm terrified of. I was like, you intimidate me. I really want to know you, because you're smart, you're beautiful, you hold your head high.
Thank you.
But you're also very like,
I
can do this. I can do this.
And I don't think a lot of people know that. I mean, because I was so focused in school, because this wasn't. And honestly, it was nothing to play with. And honestly, this wasn't my dream at first. It's just something that I've done to one. Like, oh, I'm good at
Yes.
I'm going to take off. I got to make sure that I take off. I'm like, I'm spending all this money in school. I'm like, I did paralegal. I got my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I don't do, before any of that, I was apply to go to the FGR. I was end up doing everything.
What? I did not know that.
Yes, I was in everything. And I was just like,
I did not know that. That's all, like, we were supposed to meet.
Yeah.
The same time that I got off the wait list and accepted into aesthetics, I just got accepted in TWM for pre-law.
For real. See, I was going to go that route too because I was studying for the LSTAT. Why did my baby keep saying that? He was like, you are so good in law, it's ridiculous. I said, it's not my passion, so I will never give it my all.
But what if you could teach it?
I get more thrill out of teaching Black girls business. I went through the storm, so y'all can walk me.
But that's why I look at you like, if you ever did one day think about law, it would be because you would be that Black girl advocate for the Black girl SDs, Black girl beauty, period.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could go down that realm, but I feel like I can still give law and still show you who to go to because I have my connects.
Yeah.
But we gonna avoid all that. No. We just had a situation where somebody just, oh my God, do I give you PTSD? So it's just like,
and that's what I'm like, oh, that has to
we all lying.
It has to happen like that. And I was like, what do you mean? What? I'm the clumsiest person. I ain't never tricked it here. But it happens.
It happens, but now also we got to just think about clients who are greedy and they see the face and they're like, oh, it's money here. Girl, you do this to me. Don't do that to us.
No, because we'll go back and forth for days until...
And I'm not going to run up no time.
No, and we're not doing this. I think jumping in as goldfish in a shark pond was our best bet. I don't know if that's a question on there. Jump and work at front desk while you're in school somewhere so that you can see them. I would never work here. Or, oh my God, I like this. I like this. I would actually really like their culture.
We had an instructor say she never worked on Black skin before. I'm not going to name her name. Okay. And I was like, what?
But you can tell, and unfortunately, we're a really amazing crowd to have.
Right.
We treat the people that treat us great. And we only tell the truth when it's not great.
Or when it's necessary.
But for me, that's so silly. Not only are you missing out on money when you do that, but how can you be a business owner and have a weird view?
Because of where she is.
But she purposely picked that. You know she ain't from there.
They felt like they had to go do that. For my business to thrive, I gotta learn everybody's skill because I cannot just be tailored to one demographic. Because if I do that, I'm gonna limit myself, and then I'm gonna have a certain type of clientele. It's just gonna be, my facial's gonna be at $50 and $60. I wouldn't go in there.
No.
Straight out of school, my facials can 100 or more. Yes, ma'am.
Girl. But like my nail teacher had to tell us she has her own private suite. And for like a gel application with like you want to get every finger done, $300. And I'm like, oh my God. If it wasn't for Deja telling me like, if you don't stop being nice to everybody.
I'm telling you, it's all business. And this is where my next question comes from, a business plan. Because having a business plan, you understand your numbers.
Yes.
So how was your business plan process?
I did mine right away, actually from school.
Okay.
That was kind of like the blueprint that I had for my own.
So now we did one in class together.
Yeah.
So you took that blueprint? Or
I just looked at it because we did ours in California. So none of the prices were the same. None of the services are the same. But I needed to see kind of just an outline. Okay. Not having a background in that, we did learn more hands-on in aesthetic school rather than business training. But then working with the city, I had to. With it, we had to perfect it. We worked on it. That was the whole program, was each section of the business plan, down to the executive summary, who's your target audience. So that was actually a really amazing course I was able to take, and my business plan stands. And to see the numbers of like products and services and all of the other stuff I want to do, like eventually seeing like a 20-year plan, it sounds so far-fetched, but it makes you so much more confident in what you're doing. Or it'll tell you like, well, that's a waste of money. I shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't make a business plan until 2 years into business. That's okay.
Yeah.
2 years into business, and this is where I did my gems to the girls. Having a business plan is going to allow you to know your niche, your target audience, the people that you are looking to have come into your business or partner with, the numbers, your services cost, your products cost, your location, Like, it's going to mold you. And this is how my revamp came about. And I did my loan with Wibbick, but I didn't do it smart.
Okay.
I didn't spend my money smart with Wibbick. That's some honest things I can say. Because I just told you, I bought a lot of that I did not need. That's sitting in my basement.
We're excited.
I was super excited, but I wish when they gave us a loan, they also gave us a financial advisor. Instead of you telling me to send receipts of what I want, I wish they would have had somebody sit down with us and do planning with us.
Yes.
Because I feel like when they gave us the loan, you put all these barriers and red tape around us getting the loan, but it's so easy for me to get money from you. So I feel like that's why I messed up at. I bought a ton of you know, I was going crazy. I got the sauna. I got that I need. I definitely got stuff that I needed.
Yeah.
But if I could do it all over again, I think I would have definitely hurried up and revamped like I have it now, because I took this money and I did this with my own money.
Yeah.
$16,000 of my own money to do a whole revamp on a $40,000 loan that I should have taken and did this. And then also bought product. And that's another thing. When I first started, we got into PCA, which I love. We had Bible Elements.
Yeah.
There was like a few other lines, I think Alignment Plus or whatever. But honestly, I wish I would have sat down, did an entire spiderweb plan on the niche I wanted to get into. Because I feel like if I want to introduce that face reality a long time ago, I'd have been so far ahead in the game.
Yeah, that's what I meant by I wish we would have learned a little bit more of the business
side in school.
Yeah, not just been hands-on.
Because I feel like there's no business. And this is why I'm starting my spa consulting. I'm going to get my girls around a lot of red tape. Like, we don't have to go through this. You don't have to go through this. Paying people to do your website. I have professional web designers. They'll take a look at my page. They're like, who did your website? Whoa, 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 whoa. And this is a gem. Baby, I went to Esty and like the pictures on Yon. So staying up to date with your branding and things like that, that's important. That's why I try to do a branding shoot every year.
Okay.
And I deals with Amanda Evans to start doing that. Amanda Evans, she is solid.
Okay.
She pricey. Oh, she's solid.
I was like, I have not gotten there yet. Even though I've been established as a business with the state for 3 years, I wanted to give myself the room to learn throughout the industry, see if this was what I really wanted to do, and not jump into a lease, which was really scary. Especially, like I said earlier, when I started study school, I was like, I'm not owning the business. I don't want that overhead.
Change going on, bro.
What, to go ahead and do it? Like, yeah, the want to have my own stuff, being a mom, the functionality of having my own, and I knew I was ready. I've done so much for other people's businesses, and it just didn't match with what I wanted to do, the outreach I wanted with people, so I just took the dive. I went and looked at a storefront. Everything was perfect. I don't really love that I can't see the landlord, working through a broker, because if anything could happen. We're not going to go there. But anything could happen, and with how much rent was, I was like, I can't. So I looked all around Farwell, all the way out in Brookville. I've looked all over. I need to call Deja just to see if that room is still open. And it just worked out. Worked out. This I'm jumping into with not no plan, but no backup. I made my own website. I made my own business cards. My logo is made by me. Everything. It's a lot. I worked and I was still, bills were paid, but I just couldn't figure out how to like fit money in for my dream. But I can. Some things just have to be sacrificed. If you want to do it, sacrifice it. And then it's worked out. It's worked out. I'm still taking my time with opening, because I don't want to like have it, and I don't want to, like, my reputation means a lot to me. So if I'm going to do it, I want to do it correctly.
That's the best. And I feel like I wish I would have probably taken my time, but then I don't know how I did anything, because I just dove in.
I was like, I feel like that was also just alignment with time. Like, it was right during COVID.
And people's like, how did your business continue to flourish?
Because we're
during COVID.
Yeah.
But as a new person, and I was still attracting clients.
You were really amazing at marketing.
Yeah, that's...
You had a lot of word of mouth that I'm sure you didn't even realize.
Right.
And their location is prime. People are out here are older. And I think everybody just needed somebody
to touch them. When I first opened, I was here, I want to say 7 days a week.
Yeah,
and I was busy every day. And I had to take a step back because I'm like, baby, I got to find some space for myself. So when I start working on Sundays, my clients was like, what? I start working on Mondays? My clients like, girl, you tripping. Start working on Tuesdays. I'm like, I'm still back in school. So Sunday through Tuesday, I work. I work every other Tuesday for a particular client. But she has a standing appointment, so I don't really be worried about her.
That's why I'm glad you don't, but don't regret jumping in and just doing it.
Yeah.
Because regardless, even though I've been all over the place, I've met a lot of people that have standing in the city.
Yeah.
I have made so many connections where I just went back for nail school and my instructor was like, oh my God, I remember you from aesthetics and I remember you from Alverno. And I was like, what? But just being who you are and passionate about what you do, people notice and it will take you far. So jumping in, I wish I would have just jumped in when you were like, girl, what are you doing? I need you to come. And I was like, don't be scared. Like, I could have been scared here with her.
I don't think I processed it. I didn't process my business like my business was going to fail. I processed it like, I got this. I'm about to do this.
Yes.
So I didn't really care about it. I didn't think about it. I was just like, I'm opening up a spa.
My imposter syndrome took over. It was like, once we stopped, it was like, I'm a what? I just stay for what? Okay.
Right. And, we was scared taking it. So I would have take it and pass it on, the first round. It really shocked me because I didn't feel like I was going to be prepared for that. I had so much going on.
Yeah.
Like, same day. Girl, I did a surprise birthday party for my then...
Before
we went around.
What?
Yes, I was running around. I was running around getting food, getting decorations, tables, all type of stuff. I only studied maybe 10, 15 minutes before I went to...
Are you talking about the hands-on?
No.
The written.
Yeah, I only studied...
I was like, girl...
10, 15 minutes before. And I was late to the hands-on.
I'm trying to picture you in my head because we were by each other.
Yeah, but I was late. I was like, I went there at start time. So I thought they was going to tell me that I had to turn around. I'm like, I can't find no parking.
Yeah.
Looking down front. What do you want me to do?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was like, hurry up and go in. And I was like, thank you. And I feel like I am so favored by God. It's crazy.
Yes.
The amount of things that I have gone through, the times where I felt like I'm finna close the doors on my spa. I've been looking at my books and I'm like, how am I about to pay my loan, my rent, everything? And then boom. It just started flowing in, clients, private events, everything just started flowing in. So if you are an entrepreneur, I definitely say, do not worry about nothing else. It'll align. I swear, I used to be staring at my books like, what the hell? And then it just came to a point where my clients gonna call me. And I just gave it to God. Yeah. And I just been booked ever since. I love that. So I'm in my happy space and I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to bow out now because it's already the tea.
Even though we started things out differently, I think that our paths have always aligned in the way of like, we gotta let go and let God. And I just feel like I got there. Even though I was going through postpartum, so I tried to give myself so much grace. I was overwhelmed. This idea just never left. And people asking about it all the time, even though I wasn't announcing it on social media. It was just like the people who knew and loved me knew that I had the passion for it. It was just being asked again so many times that I was like, okay, so obviously it's something that people want and need. Not only do they like me, but I'm offering things that help you.
Right.
So just do it, Shay. The worst that can happen is you we're standing business, you couldn't do it anymore, and you do it later. But it's just anything I've done through the city, people calling me from Google to set up Google Business are like, your name is everything. So, okay, I can just, right now, one thing at a time. I really love beauty and being hands-on.
Yeah, but your name is really unique.
Yeah,
it pops. Like you will ever find it anywhere else. Thank you. So I feel like you focusing on your product is going to be very huge.
Yes, I just need to step outside of myself. I think that's really what it is. I think my first big step will probably be like a vendor event or something. Will be really big for me.
And these
like the vendor market.
December, do you not get it?
No, not yet.
So, well, I have graduation coming up then.
So I'm just like, I'm trying to learn how to slow down, but also like push myself.
Graduation. I ain't gonna lie. It happened like from a study. It's not me and Shay are different because she really cherishes like moments.
I do.
And I'd be like,
you only have one graduation for everything you're ever gonna do.
That this is the business. I'm about this. I'm that graduation or whatever. Just make sure y'all got my diploma in the mail. Like I don't.
And I was like, I'm so sorry, we're not having a real ceremony for graduation.
And I did not even care.
I just wanted to see all of you guys too. Like, it's the mama bear in me, but it's hard to get up and go. We did our thing. As the girls in our class, not all of them were bad, not all of them were good. But there was something about Deja. I was like, there was something about her that was like, oh, she's a bad bitch.
Thank you.
I need to hang out with her. But all these bitches don't like me. Because I'm just sitting style.
Hey, I liked everybody in class. I can't remember everybody, but I liked everybody.
I was like, I love Marissa. But I think that was also a space. I really do love helping people. And her being fresh out of high school and looking
she's like scared. And she's bomb. Yeah. What's her business?
Oh, she's private now. She
gonna give her a shout out.
Yes, Marissa, you are everything. I'm so proud of you for stepping outside of your bubble.
So proud of you
because
she's in color, right?
Yeah. So she's small town, didn't want to leave. Milwaukee scares her. And she was so young. So I think she clung to me. Just that I was also quiet and shy, but I'm also very like, what do you need? I got you. So that was my accountability.
Here's another mirror duty. It's Kill, Wisconsin, but
Caller's up there.
Okay, so 403 Fremont Street, Kill, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Let's go see our girl. She's been doing the things. She started off in Alta, and then she went on to her own business, which is another step. I feel like a lot of us are solo esthetician. More legs. Barber by legs.
I love that.
I think she is the black one. Yeah, almost the black and white. In the black and white barbershop. I know Mary. She has her own suite, but I don't know her.
That just we're not her at school.
Not parents.
But we didn't speak
on. For real?
You know, I don't talk to my buddy. I just be my mom business when it comes to the school, and I don't know if she didn't recognize me. I mean, she was in the walking through Abby. She do brows. But I don't know where Ellie's sweet at. Ellie's Allie. Okay, so it's me, you, De'Ara, Alexis, Marissa, Jade, and Mary. The only girl.
Ellie, right here. Oh, the black girl with the the brow.
Okay,
it's Allie Aesthetics.
Okay.
So she do bomb brows, and I actually want her to do my brows.
That's why I'm like,
hit me up, bro.
We need to start trying to network together, especially like whoever sees this Wisconsin. The black esthetician number is very far and few. You should bring in just specialists of things like a financial advisor.
I asked one of the attorneys at my job to talk about legal stuff. I have Jason, so let's see if I can get him on there. Shout out to the attorney. Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can get the woman who taught my law theory class for nails. She's also an esthetician.
For real.
She got her MATC degrees. She got her degrees from MATC. And I love her because she went to become a manicurist, somehow fast forwarded all the way into working in the podiatry office.
Well, I mean, that goes hand in hand.
But I was like, we're not taught to even think to ask for more like that. We're just trying to focus on services.
Well, you know, the new aesthetic program that they have at MATC is much thorough.
Okay, I might
they have instead of the 1 year, they got the 2 years.
Yes.
So lashes, Brazilian wax, oncology, aesthetic.
Yes.
Like they got so
I would have done it, but I taught myself all of that. And then which is another, you know what I'm saying? Like I got certification in lashes before I even became an esthetician. I just kept my licenses up to date and I practice all the time.
Because I taught myself how to produce wax in class. And I was just like calling my friends, my family, girl, let me wax you. I spent a table upstairs in my office.
Actually, technically intermediate at facial waxing, timing, all of that, precision, all of that. But I haven't had a chance to really body wax except for
real.
Yeah, because facials has always been my thing, and lashes and brows. So I'm like, I would love to wax some vaginas.
Girl, I actually stopped taking those appointments.
I mean, you don't want. To me, in my opinion, Brazilians are for the beginner estheticians. So you can make your money, or if you really love waxing.
Mm-hmm. It's a fast way. But I only have certain clients. Like, I think I have 5 Brazilian clients left.
I still want to learn how to wax a vagina. Especially because there's different, like, styles.
It is.
And derriere. Some people don't want their butthole waxed. Some do. And then you got the legs and all of that glory.
It's so much hard work to me.
It is. And it's hot.
It's so
hard. Sticky.
It's so much hard work. That's why all the clients that I still have, they've been with me for over a year or 2 or since I started. So they hair don't even grow for real. So I'm just...
Yes, girl.
I can't really even do no new vaginas inside. Oh God, baby,
I'm a little bit lucky that I haven't even had to see any vaginas in my treatment room because I love women. Mm-hmm. But the horror stories of the aesthetics world, I'm just like, I'm glad I worked twice.
I faced them, but I just chalked it up to, anatomy is anatomy. And some people are some people, but I don't
like ignore me and
but I don't judge anybody because I feel like people
come in however you do.
Well, I just, go with the flow. That's why I keep wipes all esthetician. Keep wipes,
please.
Keep wipes, lay them on the bed, get them to your clients to use, and, go about your business. But yeah, I don't really wax vaginas no more. I feel like I surpassed that stage. I'm more into advanced aesthetics.
Yes.
Advanced aesthetics are key for me.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think jumping in and doing advanced aesthetics really helped. I think even just being, like I said earlier, the receptionist at a high-end place where you are also, as a receptionist, taught product training, how to retail. They're taking you on the events to go to hair shows, skin shows. I was really lucky. I really was. The spot that I was at before I graduated, top in the city.
Top tier.
And she was an Aveda instructor. So she worked her way from the bottom too. And I admired her. But it can't mold me. That's what it was. So I want to eat. And if I had to get up to take a break to be a human being, I'm going to have to do that. So we just didn't see
you're just a rebel.
It's, if you're hungry, can you work?
Say, you just a I'm really white. We're just gonna chalk it up as that.
I know.
Shiny is somebody who you call for independent contracting. Because she gonna do that.
I'll learn your ways. I will. And I'm gonna be so good at what I do. And I think I'm just really good at people and women. That's really helped me. But no, a girl gotta eat. A girl deserves her break. I got kids. I'm very open and authentic. And I tell you everything about me. So I feel like as a boss, the boss that Deja gave me is, you driving me crazy. I'm gonna snap out of you. But I know that you work hard. I don't think I've ever really failed you when it comes to like group clients. Even if we're like, we busted down. We all had record time. Just again, I admire you. You taught me a lot. I learned a lot about myself here too. Being accountable. Even working with you, I learned how to do this on my own. So it's just, I couldn't tolerate anything less. I left, I came back, I left, and I came back. I was like, no. Like, the boss means you're going to let your employees be themselves. Happens. If you work hard, I'll reward you for that. I don't need to remind you about your mistakes. I'll teach you how to fix them.
That's
you taught me. Yes. I've gotten fired just because I was wearing crop tops. Granted, you shouldn't wear crop tops or whatever, I guess. But for me, it's none of the customers are looking at me crazy. Just being at the front desk and your nice shade. Oh my God.
And it just goes back to how people establish their brand.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really challenge somebody on how they want their brand to look and how they are presenting their brand.
And I like that.
Yeah, especially when you're working for somebody. It's not really, because Shay and Friday.
No, like, I don't care. I could work for AT&T. I could work for cousins.
Because Shay done right here. She's gonna try. But, you know, she correct. Okay, whatever. You know, it's not really a big deal. But you got to.
I feel like I had to check myself. Like I said, working at the Y. You are having me around kids for 9 hours. You don't want to take my break with that? No. Labor.
Not just understand.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's also technically that front desk receptionist place. I was working probably like a 6-hour shift.
Right.
And she didn't want food at the front desk. Given. You don't want people to come in
and smell
food. But how am I supposed to eat if I'm here from 2 o'clock until 9? You're telling me I have to take a break downstairs, but no one can be away from the desk. Like, you just have to make it work. And I feel like you as a boss in that position would have been like, okay, we need to hire somebody that's going to be here in a swing person.
Or I'll swing in between.
As an owner, there's no reason you can't sit in my chair. That was my other thing. And that's also been my other thing in this industry and other places. My ideal supervisor, manager, owner of a company, if you cannot set your accolades down and sit at the front desk or sweep, you don't need to be above anybody, because we all are trying to work there as an employee, work up to your place, or we're not. But at the end of the day, minimum, you still have a job to do.
I feel like that's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, even with the other girl I hired on, I don't take away being human.
Yeah.
I don't, this my
yeah. But you could.
I could. I don't. Yeah. My thing was, I try to sit down. I try to understand where you're coming from, so I can correct you in a way that is going to be positive, and for you to look at it like, okay, I understand where she's coming from. I never was on nothing bitchy with nobody.
No. Y'all to be never at me.
Right.
And it was always constructive criticism and not just like critique. And you gave me my flowers when they were needing to be given. That's something else that other bosses, not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody's going to tell you made 50,000 in 28 days, but those other 2, what were you doing? You should have used your lunch.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not going to be petty. No, I'm not a petty person. I understand the strength that it takes to get out your bed to even come work at an establishment that's not yours. I've worked for people and I'm like, hell no, I'm quitting today. Like, I'm walking out today. So I never wanted to be that boss. Or if you're going to have to get out. I never wanted to give any of that. I always want to give grace. I always want to show understanding. I always want to coach. I always want to teach. It's a teamwork. It's a team effort, because if I got clients coming in here and y'all servicing the clients, y'all get money, I'm getting money here.
Everybody's getting money. We good.
Everybody's happy. My clients happy. They're returning. And that's just something I was big on.
I think that was also the thing about me being a rebel, is it's hard for me to hide how I feel. And it's not even the part about checking at the door. I've worked my off for this person, and yet they're doing things that aren't helping me advance in my place. You're not teaching me anything. Okay, I see where my place is with you. So it starts to like take down your work effort. You don't care. And that's, again, in aesthetics, your clients feel you before you even put your hands on them. Again, I became an owner because I love what I do, and I wanted to give 150% the way that I knew how. But if I could, if I ever went back into the workforce, it'd be with you or like for you, because I'm not going back to doing that. If I did, it'd be in law, have my own space.
Right.
I'm definitely I've always been like an independent worker for sure, no matter what the industry was.
Right. That's why I said you going solo was really good. Yeah. Because you are able to explore.
Yeah. myself.
You want to,
Yes.
and what you want your business.
Yes.
So I think that's a great thing for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think being in your own area with your customer or client is where you feel at home or feel like you thrive. Aesthetics is perfect. It's makeup, it's the facials, it's the waxing. You have your time with your person. So I think this is a really good career move. I love the law. I do. I love learning it so much, but this was primed. Like, this felt, and has always felt like this was supposed to happen.
The way I remember you.
When it did, how it did. Like, Dirty Hippie's been established for 3 years, and I'm just now stepping into, okay, I'm actually going to have my own room. Because I was scared. The overhead, the fear of rejection, but like, I mean, I've missed out on so much money. I think just holding myself back and being in my head, I wish I would have just jumped out and did it.
Like I told you years ago, because I think you had it, but you know,
don't think I was there mentally. That's the only thing I don't regret is like I wasn't
that mental
ready.
I feel like even before that, like when you came back the second time, I was like, Shay, just start your like you did. Yeah, stop thinking about everything so heavy. Just go and start it and don't look back.
Thank you for doing that. Like all the late night conversations, I really needed you. And I didn't even have to ask. That's all, like, my standards. If I ever go back into the workforce, like, I'm not having it. So I probably just shouldn't because I know what I give when I'm treated well. But I also know as a business owner, how I would want to treat anybody that walks in here too is just, it's so simple. So thank you for everything. And we've done events around the city. Like, it's so amazing.
I feel like my flowers have blossomed.
Yes.
For a lot of stuff that I did. And I don't really credit myself for it because I'm like,
you better start.
I know.
Even if it's something like an accountability journal before you go to bed, Deja, I always tell you, like, I don't think any of us see, none of us see what other people see.
No.
But you are everything. Just as phenomenal as I thought you were in class. And I didn't even know you.
Thank you. Because I'm so hard on myself and I'm just like, I need to do so much more. So
girl, what are you telling me about
anything? And then people be like, girl, what esthetician you know that did this, then did that, then did this?
Especially,
I don't know
where we're doing it.
Right. At the time we're doing it in the space we're doing it in, the community we're doing it in. So I feel like that's a big thing. I guess don't ever give up on yourself.
Yes, whatever God you follow,
just follow it.
If you hear that inner voice say this is it or do it, like, you need to do it.
Right.
Because the only thing that's going to happen from you not taking that path, I've learned, is like, should have went the other way. Should have went the other way. Should have went the other way. Like, fear can come when you're actually failing. Now when it's in your head. Like, thank God for therapy again.
Yeah,
it really second
to
like
therapy.
I'm just doubting myself. Yeah.
Imposter syndrome is
it's real. Oh my God. And like, not even to say the pretty privilege or anything like that, but
and that don't even matter. It's your customer service. It's the stuff.
Well, I'm saying the pretty privilege of like who your personality is. And it's not to say that as like I feel myself, but dealing with people purposely trying to deter you or just send about you or their
my God, that's another podcast.
Yes, we are gonna do so much of this stuff because
don't ever tell nobody your plan.
No, I was gonna say episode 4, imposter syndrome and listening to other people's opinion. Do it quietly, because that's why it took me forever. It was just too much of this from everybody else that I was like, I don't even know what my business plan is anymore. I don't even know what I want to do. Fuck it. I don't want to do it anymore.
That's why I told you. I said, Shay,
you're the only person.
Stay, I'm like what anybody else talking about. Do what you want to do what you love, but don't overcomplicate the thing. Because it's going to come to you like that, girl.
That episode is going to be a long one.
It's a long one.
Because it is so genuine. It's the people you love the most. They're like the people who were around me when I started Dirty Hippie and just talking about it. I don't even talk to them anymore, really. And I'm okay with that. Like, without all of this, without me even thinking about Dirty Hippie, I wouldn't have been able to become who I am now. And then moving in here and painting my spa by myself, like that also elevated like how I felt. I was like, I can do anything. As small as it was just like, you spent all this time asking for everybody else's opinion. And you did this on your own. Like,
it's the greatest feeling. Because when I first opened up my suite, I think I was here with my friend Paige. Shout out to Paige. Real one, for real. She was up in here with me, I want to say 3 nights in a row, helping me get prepared for my first client that I was taking on. We was in here every night till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to get up and go to work the next day. So that blood, sweat, and tears, it's not a game. It's not kind when I pour into my business, and I be like, this how I learned this what I want to do, this how I want to do it. I don't want nobody interrupting my space, and I'm not even playing about it. It's because I said I spent time, thousands of dollars. I've been in here thousands of hours. You know, I've worked at home. I'm working at work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not playing about my baby. Like, I birthed this over 3 years, and I'm gonna cherish it. No, ever tell nobody you're playing.
Never. Not even damn.
People will copy, they will steal, they will talk. They gonna tell you not to do X, Y, and Z. They gonna try to treat your business like their business. Like, that's not what's going on. If people gonna ask for free stuff, shut it all down. You don't have to be a bitch, but don't play about your.
But don't play. The devil will use that to get them to deter you and just put fear in their mind. You know, they think that they're helping and not.
I'm glad I had a mentor though.
Yes, same. Woo! Yes, shout out to mine, Miss Lynn. She has her own spa out in Brookfield.
Yo, Teresa, she's teaching a Medquan aesthetics now.
Oh.
And she sent me buku clients.
I was like, Teresa,
shout out
with every real.
I'm talking to you.
So I'm and dirty hippie.
Yeah, when I say she was the best instructor MATC had, I'm a stamp that.
Yes.
Because not only did she develop her students, she helped us afterwards. She came. Was you here for the Brazilian wax class?
No.
She came and did a whole Brazilian wax certification class for us for free. Girl.
And gave us a facial/body treatment as a graduation gift.
I still didn't cash
very crazy. I did it immediately, and
I didn't cash in because I was getting more from her as business than anything else.
And I emotionally really was like, she is everything.
She is.
And I wish she was still practicing because she would be my esthetician. And it was like, no, wow,
I'm done.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she had surgery on her back, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, her back. And she was reducing some things or whatever. But shout out to Teresa. She's a real one. I love her. All the conversations and text messages from her giving me the perspective. And she actually me a lot on being my boss. Because the times I wanted to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's like, girl.
Yeah. And she got to see you as a student thrive as a student.
Yeah. She's always...
She's definitely, I think, one of those people, if she can see that you're really putting the effort and the foot in.
And the work. And for the thing your clients of mine, it was like, oh, God.
Yes.
She
sees you.
She straightened my crown out. It was tilted, but baby girl. Yeah, she straightened it out like, girl, you got this. Because for you, been in the game 20 plus years to seeing your clients to me and knowing that you taught me is crazy.
Yes.
I loved it. Yeah. Her. So, shout out to her. She's a real one. Always get a mentor. Yeah. But it's anywho, we're coming to the end of the podcast.
This is so fun.
I'm so proud of you. We've been doing this for so long. It took me so long to do this actual thing because my friend today was like, we're even talking about this podcast. I said, I'm not rushing this. I said, I feel it in my bones when I start this.
It'll just flow.
Pop. Yes. I'm not worried about this. But I am your host today of Solo, Strong, and Successful. And I'll see you on another episode. See ya.
Check the mirror.